Hello, this is Dylan Miller on Daily Dose of Dylan. Google Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, or iHeartRadio, wherever you may be and however you may be listening. This is Dylan Miller on Daily Dose of Dylan. Alright, so yesterday I forgot to upload one, but I did write down some information for this, so this is kind of like a double podcast here. So it's going to be pretty long. But I do have a lot of good stuff written down, so. By the way, I'm a little mad right now, because I think the Packers just ran out of free agents to get, because I figured, okay, we can get Juju, T.Y., Kenny Galladay goes to the Giants, Juju and T.Y. resign. I'm a little frustrated, but we can still get a corner or an edge rusher. I think it's a little insane how we're holding out here. But hey, let's see who we can get. Who can we... Who can we pick up at corner or edge rusher? Crap. Oh, shoot. So on edge rusher, we can get let's see, who's available? Who's an available edge rusher here? Melvin Ingram. Carlos Dunlap's still out there. Okay, so let's see them sign Melvin Ingram or Carlos Dunlap. I'll take that. Because we don't need Jesus at edge rusher or Jesus at corner. We just need like a grown-up kind of or something like that, A capable corner or edge rusher. Alright, let's look at corners we can get, AJ Bouye, he's still capable. Casey Hayward, we had him before. He's done a pretty good job. He is a little older, but I'm sure he still has stuff on the tank. He could be good enough. So I would re-sign Casey Hayward, Carlos Dunlap, and I mean, when I said that we should sign J.J. Watt, he's not like 2015 J.J. Watt, but we could have used him, at edge rusher. But if we can get Carlos Dunlap, Casey Hayward, AJ Bouye, or Melvin Ingram, I'd be fine with it. Here's a team that has a few needs, but overall pretty good. Tua and the Dolphins have a third overall pick. Some people are saying they'll go out and get a receiver with that. Even though they just got Will Fuller, I still think they're going to go with a receiver. Maybe a running back, I'm not sure. But I'm going to have to adjust my mock draft, but Tua, okay, so the Dolphins are the third pick. Some people think they should take a Justin Fields, because it sounds like Zach Wilson's going to be picked, but I do think I have some news on the Jets quarterback situation later on, but I still think it's best for Tua to stay at least one more year. He's a rookie. I mean, if he's not good next year, go ahead, move off him. I have no problem with that. But you have a strong defense, a great special teams. Devontae Parker is good. Will Fuller is good. And you have a great coach. And Mike Gesicki is also a great weapon. So if you give Tua maybe Jamar Chase or Devontae Smith, and he still doesn't look good, then yeah, you can move off him, because they're stacked, but they can give him at least one more year. Stick with him and take a receiver or running back. I think that's the best move to make. All right, got some news here.
We go the
extra. Right. And I mean, I've been saying this about Tua for a bit. I'm not saying he looked good last year. Like, I'm not saying that at all. But, good God, he played 1 year. I mean, Drew Brees didn't look too good his first couple years in the league, but he evolved into a top 10 quarterback ever. So, alright, here we go. So the Pac-12 dominated March Madness. And the Big Ten really crapped the bed. UCLA I don't know how UCLA is still in the tournament right now. They had a great point guard recruit, and then he left to the G League. So I don't know how they're winning still, because they started off with a thud and ended the season bad. So, but it's been great for them. I mean, I didn't think UCLA would be there at all. But the Sweet 16 has some nice matchups. I'm excited to see what happens there. If you were interested in who I have winning, I got Loyola over Oregon State. I have Houston beating Syracuse, Arkansas over Oral Roberts, Baylor over Villanova, Gonzaga over Creighton, Oregon over USC, Alabama over UCLA, and Michigan over Florida State. So that's what I got this week. So we'll see what happens, though. There's a lot of upsets. Alright. So, Russell Wilson is still, recruiting Antonio Brown. He'd be a 2 or 3. He'd be a 2 or 3 with the Seahawks, Antonio Brown. He's not a 1 anymore. He's a 2 or 3, but, it'll work with Russell Wilson. He was impactful with the Bucs. He scored 5 touchdowns in his short time there. And he scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl. He showed up on the big stage, so it would work with a quarterback like Russell Wilson. So it would be good for everybody to actually go there. And also, especially with DK Metcalf there, like they want to see how good he is. So we'll see what happens there. So Kyle Pitts ran a 4.46 40. Now, I have him falling in the draft, but he could go top 10, even top 5 easily. Because we know what's going to happen in the top 4. The Jags are going to draft Trevor Lawrence, Jets, Zach Wilson, Dolphins, Devontae Smith, Jamar Chase, one of the two. Falcons are going to draft either a quarterback. I don't think they should, but they are going to draft a quarterback or Micah Parsons. But then the Bengals can draft Kyle Pitts. Because when we've done this with people who look different. Like, you can't draft Quentin Nelson top 10. But by his second year, he's the second best O-lineman in the league. With guys that look different, don't be awkward about it. It's just them being great. And he might be the best pass catcher in the draft as well. That's what people are saying. Because Devontae Smith, he's a phenomenal route runner. He hasn't really shown off, incredible hands. He's shown off incredible route running. So Pitts may have the best hands in the draft. But he's definitely an incredible athlete. Alright, so... Oh, by the way, later today, I'm going to talk about my top 10 free agency moves. Let's see, the Packers with Aaron Rodgers, the restructuring the contract. What else do I have? Anything else big at all? I'll talk about Draymond Green saying he's the best defender. The Bucks, they're amazing. Mac Jones apparently looked good at Pro Day yesterday. Obviously, I've been critical of him, but we'll see if he's good. I mean, I want him to succeed. I just don't know if he will. I'm actually going to rank my quarterbacks. I think top 20. I'll talk about the Lakers' struggles. And that's probably going to be it. So that's what you can look. Those are the major things you can look forward to. All right. So Rodgers and Wilson have been looking for help. Wilson got loud. He said, "Hey, I'm getting hit too much." And some people are saying, "Oh, he has DK Metcalf. He has help," and I get that. I'm not disputing that at all. He has help, but that wasn't his complaint. His complaint was he's getting hit too much. His offensive line, and he's absolutely right about that. I like DK Metcalf. I think he's phenomenal for what he's doing for his age. I've said he's not a top 5 receiver, but that's not me hating on him. I'm just saying Tyreek Hill is better, Julio Jones is better, Devontae Adams is better, DeAndre Hopkins, Stephon Diggs, they're all better than he is. It's not much of a debate. So, Wilson, he's complaining about getting hit too much. He's been sacked a record amount of times in 9 years. That's definitely a reasonable complaint. But Rodgers and Wilson, I find this very coincidental because Brady takes pay cuts. He gets all these amazing players on his team. That's why he's winning 7 Super Bowls, going 16-0. That's why this is happening. That's why he has 9 receivers he can throw to. Because he has 3 tight ends he can throw to. Cameron Brate, O.J. Howard's going to be back next year, and Rob Gronkowski. He also has, so that's 3. He also has A.B., Chris Godwin's coming back, Mike Evans, Scotty Miller has some big plays. Who else does he have? He has some other decent weapons. But that's still 7, even if I can't find anyone else. That is 7 weapons for Tom Brady to throw to. But I remember having other people. So those are 2. Oh, I threw in the 2 running backs, Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette. But there's a recipe to winning Super Bowls, and it's not quarterbacks on mega deals. It's young quarterbacks on rookie contracts. Rodgers won in his 3rd year. Wilson went to 2 Super Bowls his first 3 years in the league on a rookie contract. Wilson is expensive. So, I mean, it's young quarterbacks on rookie contracts and great quarterbacks taking pay cuts. And I mean, that's what every quarterback should be doing. I don't know what the restructuring of Rodgers' contract is, but he should definitely, he shouldn't have taken that big contract. It's fine, though. I mean, a lot of quarterbacks do that anyway. But, alright, so, my top 10 free agency moves coming up right now. Just gotta get some music going first. That's not what I want. Sorry, that's an ad. But, and I mean, I've been saying this since I've gone on this podcast, it's about taking pay cuts